All right, everybody, welcome to the Point Five show, the bonus show / overflow show of the Pennymon Doctrine podcast. I don't even think it's like a like an overflow show anymore. I mean, I intend to use it that way, but we haven't since like we first started doing the Point Five show. And did we talk about how other people are using it? I think we forgot.
Yeah, we forgot.
So I'm gonna say it here now. But I'm going to say it again a couple more times. The Point Five show is becoming popular. There's another big podcast out there that decided to name or number their shows with the Point Five. They're using it a little different than we are. They use it for when they're doing like a best of show and they're not, because it's not really an episode, but it's an episode, but it's not really an episode. So it's a 0.5. And that's kind of the same thing with us, except we have interviews and do extra stuff. So 0.5 show is getting big, getting famous. You know what else needs to be big and famous? That GoFundMe campaign that we have to donate to our salary fund. That would be great. That would be great. So how you doing, Molly?
Just lovely, John. Just great.
Just lovely and great?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling good, feeling great. How am I? I screwed that up royally. Well, today with us is a guest who we've been trying to get on one-on-one for the longest time.
So she said.
Also, he has a loyal listener and just has great stuff to say. I love it. We have part-time provocateur, friend of the show, loyal listener of the show, Aubrey Hickman. What is going on, my friend? How are you? And welcome.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm absolutely wonderful, and thanks for having me.
Oh, you have no idea.
I was looking today at my messages, and we've been trying to get you on since like December 11th, I think.
Yeah, I was looking at that as well.
But then we stood you up like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was my bad. I apologize.
Yeah, and I've been excited to have you on because you're going to be way better to listen to in my ears than John.
No, whatever. I'm just going to start talking like this from now on.
No, because you still sound like a cocky bastard. Aubrey doesn't sound like that.
I mean, that's true, but I'm like the cocky bastard version of Aubrey right now.
No, you're terrible. Aubrey?
Like the game show host version.
Yeah, which sucks.
People love game shows.
Recording to you live from the Pennymon Doctrine podcast. It's Aubrey Hickman.
No, you wouldn't sound like that.
I'm trying, okay? It's...
Aubrey, you do a game show voice.
I don't have a game show. Let's see. A new car.
It still sounds so much better.
Yeah.
Because if John would do it, he'd be like, a new...
I would actually sound like a game show host.
Do it.
And he gets a brand new car.
No.
That's pretty good.
See? Over here hating. Just,
you got to keep in mind the audience, the game show audience. They'd be pretty excited about that.
Exactly. They'd be like, I want to win a brand new car too. I've been watching game shows for 47 years. It's like that one chick in, what's that? American, no. What's that one movie with Marlon Wayans and the dude with the drugs?
The dude with the drugs? I don't know.
American, I can't remember off the top of my head. But it got Marlon Wayans, and they do drugs, or trying to sell drugs, and then they end up. You know what I'm talking about, Molly?
Nope, I'm still working on my chins.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Aubrey, go ahead and tell people about you, man. Like what? I mean, as far as like, well, whatever you want to tell, but as far as like, you know, things that are going on in the world, because you know, the reason why I have my show is for people like you to come on and have conversations and get people involved in things and stuff like that. So tell us about you. What is Aubrey?
With your buttery voice.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know. There's not really much to tell. I'm just the average everyday nigga. Can I say nigga?
Aubrey.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
Old nigga times.
Nigga. Yeah, right.
No, man, I'm just average everyday nigga. I talk my shit. Hopefully, catch somebody's ear. Mostly, I don't know. I get it from my dad because he was always in our ear. You know what I'm saying? And as I got older, you just kind of soak it up. And now I feel like I do it for my boy and for my nephews, just to kind of, even if I can't, like, I don't feel like someone who's going to change the world or anything, but if I can just impart a little something to them and something to the people around me, just a little nugget or something. Like, what's the saying? A mustard seed. If I could pass on a mustard seed or something, I feel like I did something besides just going to work 9 to 5, come home, go to sleep all the time, drink too much. You know what I'm saying? So between all those things, perhaps I can impart a mustard seed or something that'll eventually grow into something to change the world. Black superhero shit, you know what I'm talking about?
Of course. I mean, as being a black superhero, I definitely can understand where other black superheroes are coming from because I am a black superhero. Yeah, I would say so.
He's fucking batshit crazy.
That's a fine line, though.
I'm a fucking superhero. God, I'm goddamn Black Tony Stark.
You got to encourage the superhero.
No, I do not encourage this anymore.
Yes.
If you don't let him be a superhero, he'll turn into Wilson Fisk. He'll be a supervillain.
Yeah.
That's how most of the supervillains come about. Like, they want to be heroes.
I'm definitely going to keep not being influenced.
Why do you want me to be a supervillain? So I get fucked up by the superheroes? Just be on the wrong side of everything every time?
Then I'll have a good reason to kill you.
Oh, my God. So when you say talk your shit, Aubrey, what do you mean? Like, what shit are you talking about?
I mean, really just anything that piques my interest lately, just because it's been all over the news. It's mostly been violence against black people in different shapes, forms, and fashion. And I mean, particularly, we all know the police violence has been the biggest thing, and that's, of course, always something that is going to raise my ire. Particularly, I was thinking about it with myself, and I think it's particularly because I've had a not so friendly relationship with the police since I was like 7. So, like, I can always understand when an incident comes up, like how it unfolded and whatnot. Like, well, I mean, just trying to break it down. I was 7 years old. I'm at the babysitter's house. My mom's at work. My dad's at work, and I'm downstairs. It's a apartment up above a laundromat, and it's the '80s. So, you know, you 7, you get to go hang out and do it as long as you don't go all across the street by yourself. Everything good. I'm downstairs playing video games. Oh, sorry. I'm downstairs playing video games, and these 2 ladies, because they don't like my babysitter, they call the police. Now, that's cool and all, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, they call the police just because they don't like your babysitter?
They didn't like the babysitter, so they called the police because she let me go downstairs and play video games. So they were like, well, she's not watching the kids, so we're going to get her in trouble for not watching this kid.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? She was a Hispanic lady, my babysitter.
Uh-huh.
The 2 ladies that didn't like her happened to be white ladies, and a little black kid, and these 2 big ass police officers. Now, I don't know how big they were in real life, but to a 7-year-old, they had to be at least 7'3".
Right.
Like, they was Andre the Giant. It was like 2 Andre the Giants surrounded
with guns.
With guns. You know what I'm saying? They surrounded me while I'm playing video games. So we go upstairs.
Can I help you, officer? I was just playing some Super Metroid, some Street Fighter. Sorry.
Minding my business.
Right.
So then we go upstairs, and they're giving the babysitter the rundown about how she can't let me go play video games by myself, or they're gonna take me and my brother and sister away to the system and all this. You know, police stuff, just threatening people and carrying on. The babysitter lady can't be no more than 5'2", and they just towering over everybody. So, of course, I'm a kid, so I think I'm the problem. After the police leave, I'm crying like I was just trying to play video games. I didn't know I was the problem.
Right.
So now that I'm sitting and, you know what I'm saying, my dad talked to me about it, and he's talked to me about these things just over the years. Like, nah, you good. That's one thing I'm very grateful for, is that my father's always instilled that in me, you know, so is that you're good. It's going to be elements and factors in the society that's going to try to tell you otherwise, but you're good. And so now when I see the same thing happening to other people, and I see the same thing happening to kids, particularly little black kids, when I have nephews and I have a son and I have a daughter, I feel like I got to say something to somebody, wherever the platform may be. That's why I'm very grateful when that y'all allow me to even come on and say anything.
Well,
I didn't know you had a daughter.
Yeah, that's another story, man. I got long stories in a short life, but yeah.
And we have a show that you can say whatever the fuck you want on. So, you know, if you need to opine, my nigga, opine.
Yeah, I got a little 10-year-old son. They're my step kids, I guess it would be. Their mother passed about 4 years ago.
Oh man.
4 years ago at the end of this month. So I have a
Sorry to hear that.
10-year-old son and a 13-year-old. She'll be 13 at the end of the month, daughter.
Wow.
Oh, good for
Shoot,
you.
yeah, that's some good stuff, man.
See,
they're pretty awesome.
Your voice just got even butterier.
Butterier?
So creepy. All right, go on.
I think it's the daughter thing. It makes it more buttery. It has olive oil to it. It turns it into country crock spreadable.
It's like I have a son and I have a daughter.
And then there's music playing in the background. Oh my god. Okay. I'm holding together now.
You know, speaking, so that's the big hot topic right now. Then, when talking about this police brutality and force and stuff like that, is what went down in McKinney, Texas, at the pool party. And a few things that bug me about this situation is, it's been about a week now since this happened.
About a week ago.
And people are still, not on surprised, but people are still disseminating things that are not true, and they're still sharing this black radio host dude who basically is just shilling him. Listen to his radio show. And he says it was there and it was the black kid's fault, but no one else. There's only two people that were quote unquote there that said it was the black people that were doing stuff. It's the person that called 911 and this random ass black radio host. Everybody else's story is exactly the same.
Yeah. So
you mean to tell me that like one white person, where they do this all the time, where they're like, oh well, I want these black people out of the neighborhood or out my store, so I'm gonna say some shit that they're doing even though they're not, and they're gonna believe me. And then you got the shill over here, and for some reason, because that's what you want to believe about young black kids, that that's the story that we go with. We're still talking about, well, they shouldn't even been at the pool. They crashed the pool party. No, they didn't, nigga. They were living in the neighborhood and were invited because they knew the other girl because they were they were neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them lived in the neighborhood.
Not all of them lived in the neighborhood, but most of them. And that's what was said by most of them, is most of us live in this neighborhood and we invited some friends. Now, all right, maybe they're in violation of the HOA rules about how many people you have at a pool party. The consequence of which is not having people that pay to be a part of that be profiled and excessively abused by the police because he doesn't want to assess the situation correctly or at all. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, man?
My first thought would be that despite the people, the two guys talking about it, well, it was the black kid's fault. That's kind of irrelevant to me because my question is, what was their fault? Like,
Right.
well, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the police being called, was that their fault? Okay, well, let's say that was their fault. So the police get there and the police disperse the situation. What does that have to do with cussing out these kids, handcuffing a couple of them, going and chasing down the 14-year-old? Because like I said, you seen, I think this morning or whatever when I posted, I finally watched the video. I wasn't aware, and no one was really saying it. He actually chased her down.
Yeah.
Because if you watch it, she had moved away from where he was telling her that he was like, go. So she moved. She was talking shit as she was going. You know what I'm saying? But
and real talk, as you should have. Let's be real.
Absolutely. I said much worse to the police, like standing right there talking to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But she was still following his directions. She was still following orders. He was walking in the opposite direction. She said something that touched his ego. You know, said all of a sudden she touched his manhood, and then he ran over and grabbed her and brought her back around to where they were at. Like that's
grabbed her, snatched her up by her braids, though. Like a black man wouldn't even snatch her up by her braids. Like even if she had said some sly shit and touched the ego, we gonna be like, "Hey, girl," and like grab her arm, like my ego. You know? Nah, this nigga straight. Nah, bitch. Nah. Like,
when you watch it,
a nigga would touch my beautiful.
When you watch it and listen to his tone, it was obvious that he was on some. This black bitch right here ain't gonna talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the people who don't get that are only pretending like they don't get that. They understand that, and the reason that I say they understand that while they're defending him is because when she was talking and saying stuff, they're thinking in their head, "Ooh, no, that little black bitch didn't." You know, so they're thinking the same thing he was thinking.
But the thing is that she's allowed to say anything she wants.
Yep.
She wasn't obstructing police business or any of that shit. Like,
the police were obstructing themselves because the funny part about the situation is after his combat role, his barrel roll, his
that was childish.
Ninja Revolution role, he tripped. All right, let's be real about this because I'm piling on because it's what everybody likes to do, and I'm trying to be a part of the crowd, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop myself. He tripped, and the roll was a result of I will bust my stitches if I don't roll. That's right. But he tripped. Let's be real about that. He tripped, but he tripped chasing after people that didn't even need to be chased, dropping his flashlight, pissed off because that's your fault, nigga. Ain't nobody told you to run after these kids.
I wonder if his super anger really came from tripping and falling.
Right. That's probably what it was in the first place.
Like he's like, oh my god, and there's someone recording this. Like now I'm pissed. Now I'm about to round all of you up.
Well, he said it in the video when he had him sitting on the curb. He was like, "Y'all got me running around here with 30 pounds of gear on in this heat for no reason." So that was it. Like he was mad off top.
Right.
Once he failed.
You are running around for no reason, sir. That is correct.
The reason why you running around for no reason, nigga, is that's your job.
Well, no, that wasn't
your
even
job. Your job is to wear that shit, though.
Oh, yeah, to wear it.
What you talking about?
Running around like a crazy man.
Right. So adding on to that, so obviously this guy is resigned, which bitch move. Smart move, bitch move, though. We want to talk about bitch moves. That's a bitch move. But it's a very smart move at the same time because
Like you can't help yourself.
It was a bitch move.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm sorry. It was a strategically coward move that he did.
You know
that was
exactly
smart.
what I'm talking about.
Because now he doesn't have to be under investigation.
Your little smirk when you said it is what I'm talking about.
Because you were shaking your head and I saw you in the corner.
No, I shook my head afterwards. Aubrey.
I'm trying to do the drunk off face.
Oh my God.
So
it might be kind of close from what I hear.
Close. Yeah. It's pretty close. But so he resigned, and you know, the whole idea that he did you read about this? Did you dig into his resignation and everything?
I didn't dig into like the details of why he did. I know that there were certain pensions and things that he can still get, and so that they would stop the internal investigations and all that stuff. But I didn't dig any deeper than that.
So apparently he had emotional distress because he had an hour before all this happened, he had to respond to a suicide attempt where a guy literally blew his brains out in front of a bunch of people.
Suicide.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
oh,
suicide.
I'm sorry. Did I say attempt? I didn't mean to do
Yeah.
that. I meant to say an actual suicide, not suicide attempt.
Yeah.
Where dude blew his brains out in front of an apartment swimming pool, in front of family and people all around. So that was pretty traumatic. And his attorney had to point out that the guy was a black man. It was a black man who he was hugging the widow.
Yeah, he hugged the widow and helped calm her down.
Well, I'm confused. It was before the pool party. He was at the suicide.
Yes.
Yeah, but then after that.
There was an attempted suicide. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Miles. Say it again. He didn't hear you.
Go on, John.
He didn't hear you.
You already stole it.
Stole what? He didn't hear you. What did you say? You said okay. There was an attempted suicide. A girl was standing on the roof, and they had to talk her down. So now, emotional stress makes you racist. White science.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know.
Sociology, I should say.
I don't know exactly how I would handle that type of situation after those two previous situations, but I would, if it was, so the second one, was it a woman or was it a young girl?
Yeah. It was a teenage white girl.
Okay, so
well, we assume it was a white girl because they didn't name the race.
So yeah, just the default in America,
right?
White. But okay, so he dealt with a tragic situation with black folks. Then he dealt with a near tragic situation with a teenager. So then when he combined the two, he decided to whoop a teenage girl's ass. I'm not understanding.
And
it seems like he would be more sympathetic.
Right, exactly. And almost pulled out a weapon on another one because they were about to fuck his shit. And so I was on this conservative website, I think it's like Conservative Treehouse or some stupid shit like that. And they're like, this is the full story of McKinney. And so they're like, this is the full story of McKinney. Scroll down. So the first thing they scroll down is a picture of the girl who threw the party like this.
Oh, well, of course.
And then, so they're like, this girl was throwing a party and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then this is her mom. So they got a picture of her standing with a fuck 'em dress like.
Absolutely.
And so they're like, and this is the mom and blah, 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 blah. Then they start talking about, well, the HOA, you know, has these rules. And then this is what you got to have a pool pass. You know, they're showing a pool pass printout. And then once they got past all that bullshit and they went to the part of the video where the cop snatched the girl up because she was running her mouth or whatnot, and the boys rolled up, they had like a frame by frame of what the boys were doing. And so in the frame where, you know how, like, if you remember that part, right?
When the boy, when the two boys ran.
Yeah, when the two boys ran up. This is the part that I really get to talk about. So he takes his hat off, right? and he got into the proper, I'm going to pull my pants up before I punch the shit out your ass motion. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the motion. I didn't even notice that he did.
Yeah, he did that. And that's what the conservative media has been using to say that the cop thought he was pulling out a weapon, or that Sean Hannity said some shit like he was going to get shanked.
Wow, you're in jail?
Yeah, that's what is this? Oz?
Is the gated community throwing you off? Those bars?
Was he preparing to watch the third season of Orange Is the New Black or some shit before he went on the air that day? Like,
well, I think it's a well-known fact that all black boys by the time they're 14 have spent at least 10 years in prison. So they know exactly how to shank people.
1 + 2 carry the 5.
You can't do math. You're black.
7 times 4
he doesn't know what he's
divided
doing
by
right now.
3 to the 10th power. That shit don't add up. What you mean? How you gonna spend 10 years and you know what? As I'm being facetious, that is kind of true. And maybe it's because of my hair, and I probably do it with my hair. I guess I do it on purpose because, I guess I should have known what to expect, to be walking around with locks and stuff like that, especially with my homeless beard I got going on right now because I'm trying to even it out. But people really think that, like, I don't know what they think about me when walking around. Like, I've always paid attention, but now that I'm paying attention more, especially with locks. Like, people, oh man, I meant to fucking tell you, but I completely forgot. Check this shit out, Aubrey. So when we went to the grocery store, right?
Right.
And I was eating my food, right?
Yeah. The story's getting so good, I can't stand it. I'm sorry. Go on.
Right before you called me, actually, I was about to text you to tell you I was coming in. So as I was texting you, you called me. So as you called me and I got on the phone, there was this woman pulling up in the parking spot right in front of us. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way. Where you at? Blah, blah. You can yak and get the baby. Cool. So I hang up the phone and I get out the car and she looks at me like, and I was like, well, you've never seen a black person before? Oh, okay, sure. And on the driver's side, there was a lot of stuff there, so it wouldn't make sense to pull Lucy out from that side.
Right.
So I went to the other side and I crawl in. So when I crawl in, that way, because you got the little car seat with the clippy thing. So
our car seat's in the center, so it's changed, Aubrey. So the car seat's in the center now, so it makes it much more difficult to get the baby out of the car.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to crawl in the car.
You got to crawl in.
And all that.
Well, no, it wasn't even the anchor. We got the one where it's got a base.
It clicks.
And that's strapped in, and then you put the car seat in it, and it clicks in.
Oh.
It's the tightest shit in the world.
Man.
I love it. Right. I love it. But you got
the Lamborghini of car seats.
Right. You got to crawl in that motherfucker. So I'm coming out, and she's looking at me like I'm stealing something out of the car. She's doing a head thing. And then I see the baby. She was like, oh.
Seriously?
Really? Yes. I swear, I fucking forgot about it by the time I walked in.
Yeah, because you were feeling yourself when you walked in. He walks in with the baby, and he's looking around like, who's looking at me with the baby? And then it's like, oh, shucks, only Molly is.
No, it's not all shucks. I saw you smile and stuff, though, so I was like, yeah, she's excited that I'm in the store.
It wasn't that. It was...
Gotta look. Ooh, boy, killing the game.
Oh, my God.
With the baby and everything. Baby and all. That's my pickup line. You want to see my baby?
Yeah, it gets buttery. Exactly.
She got a hematoma. What is it called?
Don't talk about her strawberry.
Is that what it's called?
No. A hematoma is not what she has.
It's a hobgoblin. It's a
hobgoblin?
It's a Halliburton. What's it called?
A hemangioma.
Hemangioma. I was way off.
A Halle Berry?
I don't know. I couldn't remember.
Strawberry sounds much better.
Yeah, it's called a strawberry. That's what I call it. It's a strawberry hemangioma.
So like
his birthmark.
So maybe your math does add up because everywhere I go, people think that, especially even when I'm in my dress clothes, they're like, man, he must be going to his first job interview after being incarcerated for 15 years.
Yeah, they think you're coming from court.
or some shit like that. Oh, man, it's ridiculous.
I was waiting this morning. I was waiting before. I mean, I couldn't go anywhere because you had the car keys to unlock the door. But I was keeping an extra close eye around what was going on in case someone were like to call the cops and say that you were breaking into your own job.
Oh yeah, every time there
was one car that drove by, and as she drove by, she did the.
Yeah.
And I'm like, lady, you're gonna run into something.
Every time I go
trying to go sell insurance.
Every time I go to work on the weekend, or like when we're not at the office or whatever, and I got something to do, I always try to wait until nobody's around to pull out my key, and I always have my keys. Oh, wrong hand. I always have my keys like out, so I'm walking like this, basically like I have a key. White people, calm down. I have a key.
You said it. I do the same thing when when I'm going to work on the weekend when there's like not supposed to be people there.
Right.
I make sure the key card is out. Like, yeah, I'm here. Like, then when I even go in the building, I make sure I'm making noise. Like, oh yeah, Saturday. Hey, is anyone here?
Right. What I even do,
like, that's hilarious, but so sad.
What I do is I stand there and I do the lock or whatever. And I do it a couple times. Not even a couple times, but I do it to make sure everybody know. And I open the door and I kind of hold it a little bit. Like, look, I had a key, which means I can unlock this. And then I'll go in, and then I'll come out and I'll go back in, and I'll have some papers with me or something, like I forgot something in the car, just to make it known. But every time there's always people there. And
it's the whitest over there. I actually got a look today when I was sitting waiting for you after work.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the passenger seat because John does this thing where he ends up having to work longer than he's supposed to be. And he doesn't tell me, so I have no choice but just to be sitting there waiting. And I get really impatient and turn into a super bitch. So that was going on today. So I had like super mean face on. But this white lady drove by and she did the like exorcist neck roll. And then of course I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? Because I can't stand that.
I couldn't do that. I have to be like, hello, ma'am. I'm having a really bad day right now, but I have to smile to not make you feel threatened.
I wonder if sometimes people mistake me for just black.
We'll get to that.
Try you got a light girl forehead, so.
Oh, yes. My forehead's so big.
Yeah, it's a light-skinned girl forehead.
Yeah, light-skinned girls really do have big foreheads.
Wait, you just said my forehead was big.
Yeah, you just said it too. So we're just confirming.
Well, your nose is big.
Yes, because I am black and my nose is big. Right. I got a dark skin nose. You got a light nose.
Not a judgment thing.
Forehead. Right.
It's sort of a matter of fact kind of thing.
Right. And your nose is big. Yes, it is. I remember that shit in high school. Well, you got a big nose. You have green eyes. What game are we playing right now? I don't. This new. This is what everybody doing in the street. I thought we were doing the little color band things. Now we doing.
I'm here to breathe in all the white man's good air. That's right.
Look, my hair finally dried.
So before we let YouTube go, what other story you got going down? Like what other big thing is popping on in the mind of Aubrey?
Man, it's nothing in particular. Like stuff starts running together, man. That's why I find myself binging sometime on you guys' podcast, a couple others, where I'll just kind of take a pause, then I have to binge on it because it'd be so much.
Yeah. How do you think we feel? We always gotta come up with stories every.
And I'm on the verge of losing my fucking mind every day, but I hold it together.
It's not about you, man.
That's usually what my weekends are for, man, is to just forget about everything. Like that's it's one of my other monikers came from. One Speed.
One Speed?
Yeah, One Speed.
So you are One Speed and a part-time provocateur.
Yeah, and they're completely separate identities. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
That's exciting.
Throughout the week, it's part-time provocateur, and then on the weekend, it's One Speed. I got to make up for all the non-fun shit that happens during the week with all the white supremacy and racial bias and homophobia and misogyny and all around fucked up shit in the world. So then it's Scotch time on Friday, and then
Ooh, yes. Our drug of choice is the whiskey, the Jim Beam Devil's Cut, because it's got more alcohol content in it, and we are not lightweights.
high proof whiskey, nothing wrong with that.
Hey, gotta do what you gotta do.
John
It's a
is
gentleman's drink.
throwing us right under the bus.
How, what do you? Yeah, throwing us right under the bus. Molly's all like, yeah. So I actually kind of want to know your thoughts on the Caitlyn Jenner situation, but before we get to that, we're gonna have to bid YouTube adieu. So YouTube, the rest of the show, for real, our computer's not gonna corrupt the file.
John might delete it though. God, my hair's getting really good. We should stay on a few more minutes.
Oh, Molly getting crinkly hair. We're gonna go back to the white black lady story again, because she had the crinkly hair.
Yeah, she did. We're gonna definitely get to that, because if I'm gonna get in trouble, it's gonna be tonight and probably Monday.
And probably for like the rest of your life,
for the rest
which
of the...
makes me in trouble all the time, even though I usually agree and then we disagree and we fight. And
for the rest of the week, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for that lady. But we're gonna bid YouTube adieu. So check us out. Check the rest of the interview out on Saturday. Subscribe. Check out the rest of the videos that we have. Check us out on all the apps that we have, Facebook, all that good stuff. But mainly,
give us money. GoFundMe,
the salary fund. We're already at 20%.
All of our headphones.
All of our look. You notice how we only have one? Because both of them. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. That one doesn't work.
Our other headphones we just threw away.
We threw the expensive ones away because that side didn't work.
They were like the Schleissengleimers. What are they called?
The Sennheisers?
Yeah.
What is this, a German football player?
Schleissengleimer.
Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger for the goal. You can't hear Schweinsteiger on the right side of your brain because you need to donate to the TPD salary fund.
Sure.
So yeah, please help us out because things are getting real. We have Aubrey Hickman here, and if you want to hear the rest of this, check us out on Saturday. So peace out, YouTube. Oh, the mouse. All right, bye. Gone. Bye, Felicia.
They're still here.
Oh.